Oh my god, by the power of Grayskull. This is the new reboot for, what's that show called? Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. Which character are you?
I'm the...
Are you a He fan now? Oh, yeah.
He fan.
Ah, yes.
I'm the little gremlin.
I'm the cat. The green cat.
I'm Skeletor.
Fuck you, Skeletor.
Wait, why is Skeletor saying fuck you to himself?
I don't know, He-Man.
Having a mental breakdown, He-Man.
He's looking at himself in the mirror. He's just like, fuck you, Skeletor.
I thought I had skin. Who am I?
Does he have... What's the deal with that show? I don't know anything about the lore of that show.
Yeah.
I would thought of all people you would know, Randy.
Me and Samir watched the reboot on Netflix. We watched the first episode and then haven't been back yet. No, I mean, we wanted to.
It's just not that much pulling you back.
Well, here's the thing. It was actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
I'll admit, it was cool. Everyone said they hated it, so we watched it out of curiosity, and the first episode was really dope, and we were like, well, shit, we gotta watch more to see when, like, people start, like, you know, but we never went back.
Kissing?
Yeah, too much kissing. That's what they said.
Oh, wow. Yeah, He-Man and Skeletor get into a tongue fight.
Email.
Email, yeah, whatever.
A tongue fight.
I'm not masculine enough to watch that shit.
Fuck you, Skeletor.
All I know of that is from the movie Haggard. It's like Bam Margera and Brandon DiCamillo. They do a song where they use the dolls and they're like fucking each other with the dolls. It's actually a great song.
Wow, you sold me on it.
I'll link it in the chat here.
What's funny about, I always thought about that show specifically.
Oh yeah, Narkill, He-Man, Beastman by Bam Margera. All right.
Did he do music?
I hope this isn't their entire topic, Indy.
Save this link, everyone.
Save this link.
Yeah.
Everyone bookmark that link.
Is that I don't know anybody who's really watched it because it's obviously pretty old for people my age, but everyone kind of knows a lot about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know who Skeletor is, you know who He-Man is, you know what he shouts when he has this, like, to turn into He-Man.
What does he shout?
He-Man!
No, it's the shout He-Man. I have the power!
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know that. You know, like, the Castle Grayskull. Like, I don't know. People know that shit.
I guess.
That's what I'm saying is, like, why?
Have you seen She-Ra? She-Ra, I've heard, rocks.
Rocks. I have not. It's because I'm misogynistic.
That's awesome.
And I'm just kidding. I don't know. I would totally watch that show. I've heard it's good.
Let's stream it.
Let's just
fuck the funny net.
That's the episode for today.
Yeah, fuck funny net.
Maybe I should watch that show.
Fuck this greetings show about the internet.
This greetings show.
Greetings.
Did you just cold open us, John?
Greetings.
Greetings.
You told me to.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Greetings from Internet U.S.A.
Wow, he did it. We didn't prepare a cold open, so we told John to do it.
It's a cold open. It's the coldest of the cold opens.
It was great.
So for those watching,
I had fun.
I guess we'll introduce 3D Blast, Christ, Discoholic, IndyAdvant, I guess head of Utopia District, credits, and
content
more.
Manager of Tigerblood tapes.
Yes, Tigerblood tapes.
Heck yes, Tigerblood, formerly one of the main people behind Private Suite, and yes, pivoted into using Utopia District.
You're the first person I actually met of all the people
Ever.
on this episode. Yes, I saw him at Essential 2019, and
that's right.
He didn't know you were talking to Disco. You thought
I did not.
Asexual
I knew
2019.
you as you. I knew you as the you, and that was great. Also,
mm-hmm.
So
crazy how long ago that was. Wow.
2 years.
Damn. 2 years. I just saw, honestly, when people do like, oh, those feel old yet, you're like, whatever, who gives a fuck? You're just stupid, you forgot. But I literally saw a tweet that was like, in 6 months, it will be 2 years from 2020, and I was like, fuck me, dude.
Really?
6 months is a long time.
Yeah, I know, but that's still...
Gotta make it count.
It's like 2020, everyone's like, fuck this year, and then it's like 2021 is just that expansion pack.
Yes.
Expansion.
DLC. This episode is untraditional because we didn't pick a topic. Mr.
Oh, you don't always pick them yourself. Oh,
we usually how it goes is we kind of have a rough idea. We kind of have a guest in mind. We'll usually contact them and be like, "What are you thinking? Do you like, for like, let's say like Power PCME? I had a topic in mind.
What does he specialize in?
Yeah, what does he specialize in? Sadness,
Exactly.
and that's what we did. And like we were like, oh, okay, I want to talk about this. Who's somebody that like I know is like that we're friends with, whatever, that talks about this. But for this episode, I brought it up to you, and you were just like, I have an idea, and I want it to be a surprise. So that is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We have literally no idea what you want to bring to this.
Well, the only thing you said was the internet and you, which is
What do you
all encompassing.
Yes, it is.
He's just like
what
favorite
do you-
porn sites. That's what he's gonna whip out.
No. Well, whip out.
So should we dive right in?
Let's dive in. What is it?
wait a second. What's the fucking YouTuber who's like that's his first video? Are you a Scott the Woz fan?
Got the Waz. You know,
Okay.
Is that who we're talking about?
and I'd never seen that video, and I have the tab open because I'm like, yo, this is like it just came out in 2016. I saw, and it's all VHS and lo-fi. I was like, damn, this guy's on point. And that was a while ago. And it's funny to see how young he is, like how high his voice is. So I'm definitely gonna watch that after this.
Yeah, he's like 23.
I don't think I've seen a single video from him ever.
He kind of, for me, he kind of scratches my.
Not just Sega.
He kind of scratches my AVGN itch a little.
The only reason I know who he is because when JonTron shit happened, his subreddit just turned into a Scott the Woz subreddit as like a joke. And I literally was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm still subscribed to the subreddit back from my Game Grumps days.
Yeah.
It's definitely entertaining.
Is he as racist as JonTron?
No, thank God.
No, thank you. All right, Indy, what do you got?
Okay, so it's called The Internet and You, everyone. And what that topic refers to is the changes and the changes in the internet over time, the fleeting sense of the internet. I have some notes here I'm going to kind of read as I go. How the internet affects you through what you do on it and how that can change kind of without your control, whether it's data loss or companies shifting what their purpose is, like what is being offered on the internet changes and the feelings you get through the systems that are set up. And I just kind of want to dive into that whole thing. Like, how do we memorialize online life when it's constantly changing and there's not a time to even necessarily build nostalgia around it? So that brings me to the question, like, hey, what are people going to be nostalgic for in the future? Certain enough to have all of us like create a whole subgenre of music in appreciation and celebration of, our memory of that shared nostalgia. Everything's so like different now with all these different Twitch streamers and like no two people are consuming the same thing, or I feel like way less. Like we all watched Power Rangers growing up.
Should have used He-Man as an example.
Yeah, there you go. You started it perfectly. So it's constantly disappearing and changing, and I want to, like, part of what I'm doing at Utopia District even is trying to ensure the archaeology and integrity of things in like my tiny space that I've just kind of carved out a pocket for like-minded people, but I hope to grow it into something much larger. And the hope that people start to take the cultural heritage and history of the internet and how we got here in the first place more seriously, and being able to go back, because like archiving data is great, but it doesn't offer the experience of getting in there and using the interface and interacting. Like, you guys were talking about Vine on a different episode and comparing that to TikTok. I think that was with the Wiz. And it's just like, yeah, man, like Vine is a great example of a very recent one. And I think if there's a whole bunch we can talk about there. So
where do we want to start?
Well, that's a long title. I'm glad you dropped that on us now.
It's like, how am I going to?
That's a great question, though. And you're definitely the right person to ask this, because I definitely see Utopia District as like a hub for vaporwave, as not only a music genre, but also just a whole art movement and trying to archive that stuff. I think the internet has definitely made so many processes faster, and thus a lot of movements might disappear in the blink of an eye, and you might not even be able to formalize like what that movement was, much less archive it. So
definitely.
What's something that is recent that we've recently archived, like that you are like, oh, we need to remember this?
Porter Vong's Facebook page. It's gone. And that was where the whole birth and story and history came out, where he was like, we were learning how he was writing these sentences and constructing this universe sort of thing.
Back when portalization.
Now, the only way people can learn about that is through future interviews with him or accounts from people's memories.
Specifically in the vaporwave scene, it does feel like when people talk about like the Vape Council. Have we ever brought that up on an episode?
I'm sure we have.
But like it's like that, where it's like lost media, and like a lot of people who were part of that aren't even around anymore to even like talk about it.
I remember when they somebody reissued the Vape Council compilation album.
Yeah, recently on vinyl. I was like,
on vinyl? What?
You didn't see that? They released that on vinyl.
Why?
I feel like it was maybe like Mesh and I were on Twitter and we were both just like, let this fucking thing die. Like,
I have the tape collection, the reissue of that. I actually sent what was his name? I sent one of the guys who was working on there money to get the tapes made, the first issue of tapes made.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Years ago, and he never did it, and I never saw that money again. It sort of like made me think, oh yeah, maybe not everybody in the scene is like me, that they just sort of. Yeah, I guess that you call it. Yeah.
Lux, Phoenix. So Phoenix and Mel, they teamed up. It was like the Phoenix and Elemental 95, but Phoenix was handling the merch, and I think it gave Mael like a really bad rap, even though he kind of didn't have anything to do with it. And I actually felt really bad for him. But yeah, that's what that was, and like people don't realize that, or like they don't like people when the floral shop stuff was happening and people weren't getting those. I was like, damn, this reminds me.
Yeah,
we've been here before. This is old news.
Smells familiar. Yeah.
It's interesting, Indy. You brought up the notion of the internet changing you, and I think it's kind of like a two-way process. Like it's you change the internet and the internet changes. It's kind of like a feedback loop.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's made it a lot faster to establish yourself as an artist, and be part of a community when everyone else in the community has the similar speed of access as you, where they can literally upload a track to SoundCloud and just keep doing that for several months and kind of speed run what 20 or 30 years ago was like a career, like an artist's like music career.
It's kind of funny to compare that, because I have a friend, the Effins, I've collabed with them. They're on my newest album. Right. Talking to the band member, I'm friends with Theo, where he was like telling me what him and his band are doing, and it was very. I don't want to I hope it doesn't sound insulting, but it felt very old fashioned, where he was like, we got in touch with it, like a manager discovered us and he's gonna book us shows and all this. Yeah. And I was like, it sounds very old school, like, exactly. you play local gigs and this guy's gonna make you a star. And, I was like, I hope it's good. I hope it doesn't, turn out bad, but they tour Europe soon. So I hope that's working out.
That's great. In the internet age, like one person, especially if you're an indie creator, that's all one person's job sometimes on the internet.
I think for a lot of people, they want that sort of experience, them having a manager, not having to book your own shows, not having to call the venues yourself, or having to deal with all the shipping and stuff yourself. You can be that one-man band and take all of it now. You have the option to, but some people want that sort of
I agree.
hands-off experience, and I can understand that.
I'm not necessarily saying like they're dumb or bad or there was not a bad the wrong route.
More people need them, honestly.
I think we're also sort of privileged in a way, being in the vaporwave scene, being completely online scene and not previously established anywhere individual place. So or any sort of history with vaporwave. It was just brand new, came out of nowhere in the completely internet age. Whereas a lot of these other genres that a lot of people are still trying to break into have history, have roots, have hoops you have to get through in order to establish yourself. There has been openings in some genres for that sort of expansion and growth through the internet exclusively, but I mean,
it's few and far between for sure.
Exactly.
Thinking of drum and bass maybe, but not like metalcore or something like that.
No.
It's funny because a lot of genres and stuff are fueled by human emotion and events, whether it be blues or grunge or punk, rebellion and stuff, and vaporwave is literally just irony. And it's
it can be thought of as kind of punk.
I think Christ is kind of the modern day punk.
Wow, yeah. Okay, Skelly.
Actually, there's a lot of people who think of themselves as new age punk artists. I just saw a tweet or something from My Sister's Fugazi shirt, who said he's making Super Nintendo something punk, and it's his new album. And I'm like, it doesn't look too bad. He actually brings the whole package together really nice. But I'm just what is punk about this? I'm curious, and I think it's interesting when people use that word because
I don't even think I could tell you the definition besides in my head it's rebellion, but I don't even
it has a specific sound in my head, the genre, but really the meaning of punk, it spans so many sounds in so many different genres that
does it mean it's thrashy sounding? Is that
I think that's what most people think of.
I feel we just need a new word for it because I mean it's already been I think it's punk already has its roots, already has its.
It's becoming a suffix core or wave. I've seen words like slime punk. Is that any different than the word slime core or slime wave? Does that mean anything different?
What is slime?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying.
I am slime.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Chip tune punk. I've seen definitely stuff that's glitch punk, and I'm then you see stuff glitch core, and you're I don't know the difference between any of these.
Tim Six just put out the solar punk from Global Pattern. It's a record, solar punk.
I know that, but what does solar punk mean?
Exactly. That's it's a whole. It's a futuristic utopia kind of vibe. It's really cool, but it's it's sort of steampunky.
What does punk, steampunk, and that have why is it called steampunk?
I'm sure we can quickly find out.
What is does Google exist still?
It's if punk existed in the late 1800s.
Industrial steam-powered machinery, right?
Well, I know what steampunk is, but why the punk?
The silly things they dressed up in, I don't know.
Yeah. Is steam-powered giraffe vaporwave?
Do they have fuzz punk? Or something for furries or something?
No, God.
Fuzz punk?
That's something online that doesn't need to be immortalized. We can forget about that.
Yeah, we can forget
I don't think furries call themselves fuzzy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people asking where the punk comes from, actually. It's pretty funny. Some of us put the punk into our steam. Some of us put the steam into our punk.
Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk makes, I guess, sense because it's you're rebelling against normal cyberpunk settings are evil capitalist society, and you're like the
Right.
you're the underground hacker. Like that's
Right.
punk, I guess.
I think of Blade Runner, and
I guess steampunk's the
Yeah.
same vibe, where it's supposed to be like the resistance against like evil tech.
It's
like,
what?
tech
In a different
but, like,
flavor.
industry tech, or like industrial revolution
yeah,
tech.
the
But-
Industrial Revolution
But
vibes.
that's exactly what they were. That's exactly what they are, though.
But a different era. It's a different flavor.
So it's like the same. Okay, I'm
Different
getting to the
flavor,
bottom of this.
Talking about the archival of movements, have you guys heard of CARI, Consumer Aesthetics Research Institute?
Yeah. I
No.
feel like I've got a hot take about them.
Okay, go ahead.
They give a lot of names to things that already either have names or don't need names.
So, do you know?
I think it's my only problem with them because I'm not gonna lie. I've been following them since it was just like the Y2K thing a couple years ago. Since like 2015, 14, whatever that like started or was like starting to pop off. But I feel like
the Aesthetic
they
Institute, they used to be called, right?
yeah, they just give a lot of names out to, and a lot of them are just sort of like. I'm not a huge fan of some of the names, and they kind of don't make sense, and they're really laser focused into getting every single little thing. I mean, I get it, I get it, like, but it seems a little bit revisionist, in that. That's
I
my
don't
hot
know,
take.
like necessarily what we're talking about. Does
Okay,
anybody have
so-
like examples?
Consumer Aesthetics Research Institute attempts to like categorize the multiple art movements of like days
DayZ.
of just of all the decades. Like
So they're like me when I get defensive over what vaporwave is.
Well, okay, think of it like a design trends. Really, is more so what they
Yeah.
gear
Design
towards.
Catalog
architecture.
whimsigothic. I learned that was a thing yesterday, and I'm like, wow, that is so funny.
I like
It's
I like what they're doing here, though. That's cool.
I love the idea.
I love the idea. I support the institute, the group of people running the thing. But I just feel like it's a lot. They're really stretching it, and like really subdividing things that have already been subdivided.
Sure.
Is sort of my thing. What would fall into like this one thing? It's sort of like how vaporwave is this one genre, and then we just keep subdividing into these tiny little microcosms that exist. And I'm like, but it's vaporwave, or it's like postmodern, or it's this, that, whatever. I get it, but it's just it's just my take.
We're reverting back to like a more broader catch-all kind of thing, but that's sort of a different conversation. Looks like they have a
Piss
Discord.
me off.
Yeah.
Join
Oh,
the
yeah.
Discord.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
in there.
join
Check
it.
it out.
So does Wendy's.
Oh, yeah?
It has a
Yeah.
Discord
Shit.
now.
Just
They do.
saying.
Wendy's has a Discord.
They do.
Gotta
I
get
wonder what the bots look like on that.
They
away.
look just like Wendy.
I can meet Wendy. I'm so excited.
Wendy's has a Discord, everybody.
I want to have the 4 for 4 now. Did they still do that?
Can all die in peace.
I can all die in 4-piece chicken nugget.
Awesome. Available now at Wendy's. I
Available
joined the
now at
Discord.
Wendy.
Wendy's.
I mean,
Wendy's. Why did you at everyone? Shut up.
Oh man, that was smooth. That was a fast one. I like it. One thing I was gonna say earlier, something we've lost that is also recent to vaporwave in some capacity is a lot of these older Facebook groups from like 2015 to 2017, like
Xerox.
vaporwave in your headspace, and like even if they still exist, they've really shifted of like what was going on there and like the conversation. It's like what changed about Facebook and how we use it that made those changes happen. Like those people all exist. How do we get them together to like bring that conversation back?
I think for some reason I think about these group chats and I think everyone hates each other now. Some of them.
Yeah, that's
Like a
why.
lot of times they fall apart because like the guy in charge and some other poster just like got into a battle and then everyone went like, whoa, okay.
I mean that's the other part of why I say we've been subdividing subdivisions, and I I hate to say it, but it's sort of like pushes people further away from each other, even though we all really are this under the same roof, and it creates sort of like a drama where there doesn't need to be drama.
Lux is talking about that the people from the original Xerox are still close. I remember I got Scott Michael to go off, not off, but go on. That still sounds rude. Talk a lot about Xerox and about it was really interesting because as someone who came in, we've talked about the waves of vaporwave fans and artists, but someone who I consider third wave or whatever. It was interesting hearing about who literally the founding people of vaporwave, what they would talk about, what videos would they share and say ooh, this is fun. He said it was all Tim and Eric.
I remember being on chat with him for hours that one time, and my God, it's so insightful hearing, just the little things, just things people do as jokes, that we now hold up as the pinnacle of vaporwave,
But I was just about to say, Lux, speaking of archiving, God, Scott is the archive, the man. Atlantis is a label built simply to archive. You can't even pay for albums on it. He doesn't. It's simply to be part of history, and it is. It's actually kind of funny because I actually looked at Atlantis as in terms of vaporwave history itself, because you have early Lux, and you have the first 2814 release. You've got 3D Die Hero.
Okay.
Very important releases on there.
Yeah. What next?
We gotta get Lux on to talk about all this history.
Oh yeah,
get Lux on an episode.
It's great having Lux around again, just because we have awesome. that person to talk to about what was going on back then. And obviously, John, it's so great talking to you all the time too. But yeah, just the stories with SBF 420, and the latest is Turntable. We've kind of brought back Turntable a little bit.
Is Turntable back?
yes, it is. In some, it works again. It's just it's not quite the same, right?
Do you guys remember Listening Room?
No, actually.
Oh, it was so much better than any of the Turntable, or what was the other one?
Plug.dj.
Yeah, Plug, much better than Plug. The thing is, it was minimal, and it had basically a chat, and you had the playlist, and that was it. It was beautiful. Yeah. It was great.
There's a new one I checked out today. Porter and I were talking about. It's Beat Something, and it actually looks pretty cool. I might check that out just for that same kind of vibe. Get everyone together and actually DJ for one another, because that's the problem with Turntable right now. It's you're not actually DJing that much for one another, and it's kind of just people wanting to hang out, but it's not about the music so much. Whereas before it was pushing the envelope with what tracks you're going to drop and all that. Now you're lucky to get 5 people in a room.
Dude. Sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead. I was just going to go off on a tangent.
Well, I was going to say, I feel if anything, go back to the main topic of, how the internet has changed, or we've changed the internet or whatever. Discord has sort of replaced a lot of these sort of things.
You are so right and so sexy for saying that.
John, you're...
Go ahead. You're so right, actually.
No, it's just, you have Groovy. You've got the bots that just come in, and you just type in a song, and they'll just pull it up from YouTube.
Yeah, we got the bot that does fart.reverb.
Exactly.
I used to write a lot of bots in IRC, Discord's.
Wow.
I have no reason to use IRC now, because the bots are just so much better and quicker to implement, and way better than I could ever write, or just with JSON or MIRC programming language. It's just very
IRC.
Ross says Groovy bots.
I got IRC open right now, bro. I got 10 servers connected at least.
Dang, man.
Groovy bots taken down August 30th.
Yeah, you haven't heard? Yeah, YouTube's forcing Groovy to shut down.
Why?
Yes, that's right.
There's other music bots like Rhythm.
Yeah.
I swear.
I like Groovy.
It's
interesting.
It's going to be rough. I mean, this is kind of in a weird way related to that lawsuit with Good For You by whatever her name is, and it's like, man, lawsuits suck, and all they do is like eat away.
Oh,
at,
Paramore
like,
and
yeah, the Paramore. It's just like all this subjective art stuff is just getting like too corporate or too. You have to like measure it and make sure it doesn't impede on this shit, and it's just like it's so exhausting and just it's so lame for fun or creativity or anything like that.
Like hell, you look back. I don't remember what the artist was. The Blinding Lights thing where they. What's the original artist?
Oh, The Weeknd.
Oh, wait, you're talking about The Weeknd?
No,
Blinding Lights.
No. Okay, no. Fuck, what was that song? Like, it was like, oh, they used the beat from this, and it's
Marvin
like
Gaye versus
Marvin
Robin
Gaye.
Thicke.
Oh,
Yeah.
Robin Thicke.
I'm sorry, I couldn't remember what the thing was. But just how, I mean,
In the lawsuit
there's a
of
ton of
Gaye
songs that
versus
fucking-
Thicke. This is the sexiest court case I've ever been a part of.
Oh my god.
Yeah, blurred
Blurred
lines.
Lines.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what
That's
it was.
my-
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
like Marvin Gaye's estate is extremely aggressive, and it kind of sucks.
I mean,
They're gay.
yeah,
They sure are.
They sure
Very
are.
true.
a
Very
whole bunch of
profound.
gays.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I
the
mean,
baby from Nirvana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's so funny. Frank sent me that. I thought it was a joke, and I said, "Is this real?" And he was like, "Yep."
Onion article?
Yeah, literally. I just thought it was a meme he was sending me, and I was like, "Oh, this is real." That was so funny.
Hydrobot's good too.
The fucking baby from Speaking of things that need to be archived, that baby.
You know, okay, going off the archive stuff. Is there what
I don't know.
what other sites or platforms have you guys used over the years
Newgrounds,
that have been like taken down and like
Oh.
you can no longer access?
Line
MySpace.
Rider.
MySpace,
The
Line
biggest
Rider,
Line Rider.
Line Rider. That's a good.
Line Rider. I don't know. If
MySpace.
it's
Flash
Lost all
in
the
general.
songs, 15 million songs, and they're just like, sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh,
Shitty programming.
there
No
is a MySpace song archive. Music
There's
archive.
two. Yeah, there's a metal one, and I'm actually emailing one of the guys to see if he can find my shit that was on there.
Wow.
That good. Yeah. I want it like so bad. I had some great songs, man.
I'm thankful I was a little bit late to the MySpace. I got like MySpace in like 2008 or 9, and then like a year later I got
Facebook was in full
Facebook.
swing by then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
a MySpace. I remember I thought it was cool because I had my own music as like my profile picture or profile music. I was
Yeah.
like, it's my own.
Who was in your top 8?
Literally, some of the people in my top 8 are probably the friends I talk to today, still to this day. There's probably a few that aren't because they just like became a burnout or something.
That's another thing. Like you lose contact with people as the platforms shift and close down. And it's like, wait, how do I contact that person? I didn't think I was going to have to remember their name or find their email so I could get around this fucking thing that shut down.
That
I lost
literally.
so many friends from that shit, man. Like that's why I add everybody on Steam, like because no one changes their Steam account.
That's the thing. That's what I was saying. As a gamer, you meet people in MMOs like, wow. And then literally yesterday I streamed music for the first time in a long time. And a guy I used to play WoW with from like 4 years ago came and was like, what up? And I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, because we don't play anymore, I don't see him. And it was like stuff like that. It's you lose contact.
I mean, that's part of the reason why, like, whenever I find somebody who I like their work or I like their, music or you want to just like follow them, I'll follow them on multiple accounts like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just like all in one swoop, just in case, when it gets taken down or something, I can, still,
Speaking
keep up on them.
of contacts
Definitely.
and Vaporwave and Archive and all these Facebook groups, the Vape Council used to have that contact list. That was so it had aliases and people and their names and how to contact them because it was supposed to be like, oh, you're in here because you want, like, you're part of this, we trust you. And I remember seeing like artists who were anonymous and seeing their first names and being like, here's how to contact them. And I was like, yo, nuts. Stuff like that isn't. There's the concept of a brain trust that is literally like the Justice League. That's like, I know your real identity. It's so cool to me,
especially back then. Yeah.
I want a social media service that's as obnoxiously vaporwave as possible. You can only get it on a CD in a box. It's called Social 95 as a demo disc, 43 hours. You pop it in your computer. Boom! FMV full motion video plays. You zoom in into this museum, a fucking toucan flies out, and then it's like you go inside, it's like, welcome to the Vaporwave Museum. You have arrived in Utopia District.
Hey.
There was this website.
I'm really impressed by Agora Road. What they've been doing, they've been at it nonstop. They just keep adding improvements. Like, got some really great repositories there of like classic vaporwave essays from over the years people have written. Like people really diving into unique topics. Also, there's a really cool video that just came out based on a vaporwave essay. Did you guys ever read that? Do you want vaporwave or you want truth?
No.
Oh, dude,
you think we read?
Is it a Reddit post? This guy goes, I think I figured it out.
No, it was a Carnipicus something. It's like a Google index from a journal. It's like the guys wrote it for his like master's at University of Toronto or something.
Oh no, not again.
It's pretty thought provoking at a minimum. And then there's a Reddit video, a short film, 10-minute film that's like so well done about like a guy who he has this prostitute and he goes into his hotel room and he's just like ruminating over vaporwave to her to like, so because no one really gets it. And she's just like, I try like, and he just goes off on like, it's really tasteful. That's how we be. Sometimes. Yeah, it's on the /r vaporwave right now. If anyone wants to check it out.
There's two things I know about vaporwavers that they don't shut up about it and they hire prostitutes.
Very true.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm guilty as charged.
My Bandcamp money goes straight to.
Which one?
Depends on the day.
75 cents, baby. It's time to hit up the strip club.
Every time I pay a prostitute, they go, cha-ching, you just got paid from Bandcamp or whatever.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Yes. Another $0.
So obnoxious.
Here's another 73 cents for you, strippers.
It's just fucking pennies.
Yeah.
You just hit them, you hurt them.
Yeah.
You get one of those like bill guns, but it's just for like pennies. Yeah. And it's just like,
people are like, "Oh, we're going to the strip club. Do you have any singles?" And I'm like, "I have handfuls of 73 cents."
That'll do.
You got to pump them through of copper, Pump of copper.
Damn, forget what I was gonna say.
Oh well.
I laughed away. I was gonna say, Flickr is another example. And PhotoBucket.
Oh my god.
All these pictures, man. And Flickr actually used to delete photos on people for no reason. Like people just lose their shit. And it's like,
you look ugly. Bye.
Is Flickr still a thing?
I don't know. Is Lux in the chat?
Yes. Let's consult.
Only because I do have some old photos posted on there, and I just do not feel like re-uploading them somewhere else. I mean, I have them saved on my computer and hard drives and stuff. It's just for like online purposes, sharing them on like a website. It's just, oh god, it's gonna suck. I moved them. Speaking of fucking websites that are gone, I feel like I'm in a weird position, because I was part of a lot of like art scenes in like the early 2010s, and a lot of those sites were just startups, and they're gone. They're completely gone. And I'm so glad, like, before some of them closed down, I was able to archive work on there because it was like only available, as like to be viewable, and then so you have to do like a screen recording in order to have any sort of backup of it. But I mean, huge parts of my life just gone, and I'm just sort of like paranoid now. That all this stuff's just gonna be.
For sure. I am fucking paranoid of it. And that's why I pirate all my media. I don't pay for Netflix. I don't do Disney and nothing. I get that shit locally, so I'll have it forever because they're taking shit away, man.
We got him. Arrest him.
I was going through my music and I was like, where's this fucking song? It was like a Sailor Moon song that I wanted to sample. And I was like, dude, this song is gone. What the I didn't download it. And luckily I still found the name and I was able to get it. But
as much as I love streaming music for convenience, I have the micro USB or micro SD in my phone that has had songs that I've like kept from 2006.
Oh, dude, look at this phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's got so much shit on it.
Wait, is that your current phone?
No, it's like Samsung Omnia 2 is one of their first smartphones. It's a piece of shit. I had to make films using this, like when I was in film school.
Oh, yeah, I remember making films on my phone back then.
Well, even communicate, like texting people, like it was so impossible.
I mean, I've got an old 3GS right here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when Indy said, no, that's not my current phone. This is my current phone. I thought I was going to pull out like a 3310 or something.
Yeah. No, I got two, actually. This is my work one. But
Captain Two Phones over here, right?
Captain Two Phones.
That's the name of a YouTuber.
Captain Two Phones.
There's a rap song called Two Phones. It's pretty funny.
No, his name is
Kevin
Two Chains.
That too.
Oh, yeah.
I got two phones,
I
one for work, one for personal things.
Yeah, this is the problem with the podcast. We never remember what we're doing.
Yeah.
People deleting shit off of like Netflix. Like, what's going to be in rotation next? What you're not going to be able to watch Breaking Bad because they got it taken away. You know, like they'll bring it back. And that's why you got to sign up because they're bringing back Breaking Bad exclusive. Don't miss it.
It boggles my mind sometimes what they do take off because. Sometimes I'm like, okay, like licensing, like it comes and goes. You pay for it for like a year and a half, and then okay, it's gone. I get it. But then you'll see stuff like the show. Have you ever heard of the show Neo Yokio?
No.
Oh yeah, that's the one with the.
It's by the guy from Vampire Weekend, starring Jaden Smith. It's like a weird anime parody.
Yeah. Is that gone already?
It's a Netflix original, I'm pretty sure, and it's just not on Netflix. And I'm like. But how do you watch this?
Maybe it's like Netflix UK where it's
something.
On
Maybe I'm wrong, but like Netflix also produced to the Wet Hot American Summer shows, but the movie's not on there. Yeah, it's like how do you not have your own? How are your original shows not on your platform?
And it's so like mentally taxing, like thinking, okay, like I want to watch that shit, but I can't get it all in one place. So like compartmentalizing, okay, what are all the services I need to get all the things that I want? And then they just change it anyway.
So just one service, the Bay.
One thing is, like, I feel like for a while, like up until maybe like past like 5 years, you know, you can get like just one or two. You get like Netflix, you get Hulu, and you get everything you want.
You're set. Yeah, they're making it harder for us now.
I mean, like more people want a
piracy's coming back.
And yeah, exactly. People are starting to torrent stuff again because like it was like on a decline, like and now it's like starting to pick back up. And it's been on the rise. You know,
a running gag between me and my friends that if it's not on streaming services, if we want to watch a movie, we always say it's probably on Zach TV, which is just my friend Zach torrenting stuff and sharing it on Discord.
It's Flex,
yeah. Like I don't know, it's probably on Zach TV though. Zach,
my buddy's got a Mitch TV.
Yeah, Zach Plus.
Oh man,
we just watched all the X-Men. Oh, those are on Disney Plus. What are we?
Task, the animated series.
Wait, what are we talking about?
X-Men.
Oh no, we watched the fucking
the films.
The films, yeah, the Bryan Singer ones.
Yeah, good ones.
He's canceled though.
Oh damn.
He has a way with youngsters. I'll put it that way.
Porter Vong in the chat says the ultimate paranoia: an artist you love can just delete everything and vanish into the ether. So ether. If you rely on streaming, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's the thing with internet. And listen,
so many things are online.
I understand people deal with stuff mentally, but I'll tell you this: I don't care who you are. The answer is never deleting your Bandcamp. because I've
Yeah,
seen it
I'm
happen a few
once you get
times.
DCMA, you
Doesn't
know,
delete her shit.
Oh, I mean, obviously, if you get hit with a copyright, I'm talking about like I've seen people who are just like nobody cares, and I'm just like, "Ugh," but some people did. I don't give a fuck who you are. Some people did.
I stream music all the time, but as a DJ, I download tracks all the time.
Same.
So
yeah. I for my library is stupid big, and I keep downloading stuff. I keep needing more hard drive space.
When my hard drive
I
wiped,
got 40 terabytes. It's terrible.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
lot.
little bit more than me. Yeah.
It's insane. Well, because I'm like I run the Plex, right? So I'm the
Yeah.
one downloading all the shit. I got the backbone top site, so I can get everything.
I was gonna
But I'm
say
also a
Plex is
filmmaker.
something I've heard for like file
So-
sharing now.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yep.
invited you to my Plex.
You did?
what?
Remember that? We're talking about Pinku films. That's a subject for another thing.
What a surprise subject. Please forget it right now.
It's been a while since we've even.
Christ, we were talking about it.
Oh,
He
okay.
popped in Utopia
It
District.
was a while ago.
Long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, 2 or 3 months. But I'm also a filmmaker, so I keep every film I've edited, and all that footage is like, a couple terabytes now,
Yeah.
and all these like a Flamingo Fest and Late Night Lights, those are like a terabyte now too, almost.
Dude,
So-
I got 3 terabytes of shit in the cloud. So if Google goes down, I'm going down.
Yeah, if it
Oh,
rains,
you're fucked. We're all fucked. Oh my god.
So I'm just crossing my fingers.
I'm
Seven's son in the chat because it's kind of funny. It says like, I'm scared about the drives getting destroyed, which is what happened to me. And it's like, what do you do then? And then people just
You're
go
never
like,
safe.
have it on the cloud. And then it's like people,
Nah,
if you have it on the cloud, people are like, no, you got to put it physically. You're never safe. You're actually always fucked.
You've
Yeah.
got to have more. I have like 6 backups on my computer.
Yeah, get an NAS. I got a double redundancy, so I can have 2 drives die before I replace them, and then everything that goes. So
Yeah.
very unlikely, but yeah.
You an IT guy, Indy?
Yeah, I got a home lab and a domain and all that.
Nice.
From that.
See, you're prepared. You're the archive god. Me,
Yeah.
I just have my shit in the cloud, and
I got
whatever
that
happens,
too.
happens.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
half and half. Yeah, I just had this drive die on me, 3 terabyte.
Oh no.
And well, no, what's great is the only shit that was on here was Dropbox sync, Google sync, everything.
Oh.
So I'm Gucci. It's downloading right now, and I got the other drive, and we'll be back up
Nice.
and running in no time.
Speaking of
Yeah,
archives,
dude.
it'd be a shame not to mention like Vito's whole. He archived like
Yep.
so. There was a thread of I think DMT going down. And I think they uploaded like the entire thing somewhere.
They have a mega.
Yeah, which is crazy.
They got VCR recordings or verbatim,
Yeah.
whatever.
Soulseek,
And
yeah,
then 2 versions of DMT FL and DMT tapes.
and record.
And there's over 1,000 releases there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So many releases. Dang. Yeah.
So many releases, Vito.
There's
Vito
also
suck.
some good archive.org vaporwave library project things
Mhm.
happening that are like taking all the shit from that because vaporwave.me died,
Yeah,
and then like we know who got the domain, but no one's really doing anything with it. So there's a Loic 2 archive, LOA2K or something, that has a lot of shit from 2013 to 2015. And then there's an Ivan.mo archive. I can give you these links later too if you want to like put it in description or something, but that is like most of the good shit all the way up to like 2016. Even like all of Skeleton's albums are in there, so it's pretty good stuff.
solid.
But yeah, it's interesting now, like think about archiving the classics. Like they weren't classics at the time. So, are we archiving all this stuff that's coming out now that might be
Has there
classic later?
been an artist who like broke out from obscurity? Like they put out an album and then 5 years later they were like, where is whoa. Like did that ever happen? Has that happened?
I'm sure it has, but I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Like
Like they weren't popular right away, and then
like if I went missing and then in
Midnight
2025 someone was like, yo, what happened to 3D Blasts or something? I don't know.
Midnight Television.
I think that one was already, the one with the sort of like the vector graphics on the front of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew about. Yeah. No, that wasn't
highly respected, but like, does anyone talk about them these days? Like, only like people that give a shit.
I think what Randy's getting at is there anybody who was unknown like 5 years ago and like put out an album, like one album 5 years ago, and then somebody found it like today, and then it blew up.
Because I was listening to something else, and they were talking about how the first Willy Wonka movie was like a flop, and it's funny to think that's like I consider a classic, best of all time movie now. And so that's what I was thinking of, like an album that came out and then nobody listened to it, and then all of a sudden one day they're like, actually, this defined the entire genre or something. Like an ocean grunge album.
Ocean.
Maybe some like Internet Club.
Something.
I definitely think Internet Club was like some Internet Club was definitely slept on, but I also think that they influenced a lot more than I think people give them credit for.
Oh yeah, big time. One of the biggest. It's Internet Club is the vaporwave that Moe Shop is to Future Funk. I think.
No, Moe Shop is it.
I would so you mean they ruined it?
Okay. I would say childhood is more to the Future Funk than Moe Shop is okay. Maybe Future Funk, the anime, like
the aesthetic, yeah,
like that aesthetic, maybe. But I remember when Moe Shop was just starting out and
used to be called Keyboard Kid.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It used to be called Ass
Before
Eater.
Moe Shop. No, that's you.
I knew when they were just starting Moe Shop. I didn't know them before that, but like I knew them when they had like double-digit numbers on there.
I knew when they used to have double D's. It was awesome.
Maybe I just didn't know anyone that was talking about them because I was like, yo, when I found Internet Club, I had the same feeling like a couple months after finding Moe Shop, like, oh, is it a gold mine? Oh my god. I mean, I can be the cool kid and teach everybody about this now. That's part of my shtick is like, if it's popular, it's like, oh, let me find something else.
I feel like TikTok is doing that though, where like music is blowing up from years ago.
Oh yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, really? Honestly, I mean, I know 50-50 was probably big in the scene, but that just blew up.
Hot Mozart, right?
Yeah, Hot Mozart. Oh, rest in peace, Aquafina. But yeah, 50-50 literally landed Vantage like a Warner Music deal because he was blowing up on TikTok, and that's the case for a lot of artists on TikTok. They just kind of get this renaissance on TikTok, and they just get really popular on.
I'm still trying to think of an artist.
I don't have it. I've only seen the desktop version, and apparently it's not the best.
No, not really. No.
Dude.
That website needs a fucking audio slider.
Dude, anyone who uses TikTok is a dummy. And
also
stupid.
John's not even paying attention.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm looking for examples going back to the Future Funk thing. I'd say even someone like Owl Island Adventures. Posse was before Moe Shop. They were doing that sort of thing. I mean, Moe Shop definitely was when they really hit. They made a splash, but they were definitely artists who were setting them up for that. I would assume. Yeah, not to take anything away from their accomplishments or their effect on the community.
That's what
clearly
they made people think that Future Funk had to be anime. And
I feel like
that's what the DVD. Literally, I think about if you're a Marvel fan, you think about like the timelines and the deviations. All of a sudden, it's like Moe Shop, and then I'm like, no, but I liked fucking.
The thing is, we have
Funk is a good name.
No, we've got Future Funk, and then we have Vapor Funk. I would consider I've always before Future Funk was even a name. Before Future Funk was even a name, I was calling someone like childhood Vapor Funk, or like Vapor Funk is probably what I called it. Yeah, because it was vaporwave in its execution. Like in the sort of like production execution, but its sound was definitely more in line with early. Broperwave. Okay,
that's the original term for Future Funk.
Isn't that what people called Saint Pepsi way back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at it now.
I guess I was called it Vapor Funk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool, man. I didn't know that. Yo,
And
how
Lux.
long before you mentioned Aloe Island Posse? How long was that record out before you like exposed it to the world, sort of?
I mean, Owl Island Adventures was their second album, or like their first album, but like second release.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the first one was in like winter of. Oh God! Their Bandcamp's not up now. Okay.
yeah, exactly. It would have been like 2012, though, right?
Yeah. No, this is like 2014, 2015. Yeah, because Aloe Island Adventures came out in like early 2015, and then I think the one before that, I think it was just self-titled.
Yeah.
Was in. Okay, now I'm really like. I need to open Discogs. Fucking.
Okay, originally released Business Casual 2015 is what I wrote on my Tigerblood page for it.
Yeah, it was February of 2015.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's still cool.
But
yeah, that's an interesting question. Who was slept on that was discovered after the fact? I guess we're still learning. We're still waiting to see who's ready to blow up.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like there's a lot of people who are hopping on the DDS train. That sort of style of the new world sound.
Yeah, like iClick.
I mean, like those are some names you're probably gonna want to look out for. I'm assuming.
And then we have people like N-Rail who are taking Broperwave to the new level, where it's literally EDM versions of.
That's literally have iClick right there.
Really?
Yeah, iClick is N-Rail and what's his name?
Will Wade.
Will Wade. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought iClick was a guy. Guy Click.
I
called
That's
him.
crazy. You brought up N-Rail directly after.
That is weird. I didn't know that at all. One thing I know about N-Rail is
nice.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, like he's definitely carving out his own sort of sound, but like the influences are coming from this sort of DDS New World style, and whatever they're pushing. I'm part of the DDS fan club, and I actually haven't listened to I think the last couple new ones because I mean like it's just so much music and
it's a lot of music.
I can't keep up either. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. It's nice for the fans, but an album a month that's a lot. I and maybe if you're in high school, like oh shit, new music, great.
Damn, I can't.
I don't have the time anymore.
I can't imagine being in a vaporwave in high school.
Yeah, vaporwave high school.
Thank God I didn't discover it until 2014.
You know what? I hate that I was like
God.
Speaking of sites and things that are like gone, the original like before even Bandcamp, the original like net labels I was following back in the day, like Breakbit or Raffle Tracks. Just the YouTube poop scene music shit was just popping, and it's all gone. A lot of it's. Thank God I have like multiple backups and saves of a lot of the stuff out there, but there's some albums that are just.
Yeah.
And
what is some of our favorite lost media that we still have a copy of? Does anyone have anything off the top of their head?
I have a lot of old music from like punk bands that are dead and archives of their websites, like forum, message boards, like comments from old people, man. Those were like huge, so much history, and then the forums get taken down, and it's like, dude, there's just so much culture. And there's this one band I really liked, Third Try, and they're basically non-existent.
Yeah.
What's funny though is in my search for like finding everything I could about them, I discovered that the singer of that band is one of the main guys behind Slack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slack.
And so he basically coded this website for his band back in like 2001 when I was listening to it. And those with the Wayback Machine crawled those sites.
Thank God.
So you can see like it was just different back in the day. Like people like would make email addresses like blink182babe at hotmail.com and just like it was so like common and okay to be like new to the internet and just
Yeah.
just put yourself out there.
Every now and then you'll get like an email from Bandcamp saying someone bought your music, and I'll check like the email sometimes of who bought it, and I don't know the exact email, and I'm glad I don't, because I don't want to like dox somebody. But I had a good like laugh, because somebody's email was just like Gears of War fan at something.com, and I was like, God bless you. I'm really happy that's just still your email. Like I'm just rocking with that out in the free world. And Indy's gone.
I was thinking ahead. I was thinking I was gonna be a big film producer by this point. So mine's like Zobelli Films, and I'm like, I don't make films anymore.
Yeah.
Mr. Happy Face.
What's I gonna say? For me, the lost media. My brother used to frequent a forum called AlienUFOs.com, and it was a forum for like conspiracy alien stuff. And he met a dude on there who was the drummer for a band called Bad Sandwich, and he sent him like 4 demos of like their songs. And you can actually find this band on Spotify, but they're like, non-existent basically, like, no monthly. But like, I literally have those recordings, and they're badass. They're like hardcore funk, like punk. They're just like slap bass. They're so good, and it's so funny that I like listen to them and think like these are some of my actual favorite songs. And they're I don't even think they know who I am, that I'm listening. I don't even think the band exists anymore. Like together.
And it's interesting, like those songs probably like make you part of who you are.
Right.
And think about if you didn't discover them, and if you lost them, and what it would be like to like not have had those experiences. And it's just, I don't know if people are experiencing that as much anymore.
Yeah, it really is, because like
Fleeting.
Back when I first started like sampling back in like 2000 whatever, like I remember using their songs as like, I have the MP3s, I don't know, let's make a beat out of it or something. I just remember, like, I don't know, just so good. Check out Bad Sandwich. If somebody from this show comes back to me a week later and is like, I listen to Bad Sandwich and they rock, because their album on Spotify is good, and it does have a lot of it has a few of the songs from like their old EP. They're different, they're re-recorded, but they're so good. Check out
Either that.
Have you tried like archiving it on like archive.com
No.
if you still have them?
No.
Might as well.
Either that's going to happen, or Gears of War fan is going to email you. Yo, you still remember me?
I just love the email.
Yeah.
This is my paradise.
Was anybody here part of Dump FM?
Shut the fuck up. Don't call me that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you make music? What do you listen to it on? Dump FM?
Yeah, I mean,
real
it was
funny.
I think as far as like visual artists, I mean that was a huge inspiration for me. It was basically a live chat room with other like-minded artists, and you could just like you type in like you could just, like it was just basically like a chat room. But the cool thing was you could put in like image links and string them together and create these sort of collages, and like people would get really creative with it. And it was sort of this it was just a really fun platform, and it closed it down like 2016, 2017. And it was only up for like a couple years. And I mean, I have a lot of those images saved, thankfully, but a lot of that shit's just gone.
It reminds me of a thing called Place/r/place.
That's the Reddit thingy. Yeah, that's the that I've seen a document, like I wouldn't say documentary, but like the history rundown of what happened in like the war. It's just like it is cool. It's like it's almost like Civilization Simulator, watching like the factions fight each other for territory.
Definitely,
Very
yeah.
cool.
So it's like an image and everyone gets a pixel, and you only get one pixel or something. And through like working with other people online, you can fill out what this giant image is going to be. So there's like flags and like Sonic on there, Homer, like all this pop culture stuff.
Sonic?
And people like, people like messing with it over time. You know, like
4chan gets a hold of it. And, you know,
I
getting in
remember.
there.
there's like the
Yeah.
LGBT flag, and then they like put the black hole in the center, and it starts consuming, and then it's like there's a war against it, and so it's actually really dope.
I have no real connection to Reddit. I was never I'm never a fan of it. I never really liked it. So a lot of these sort of things that happened on there, I hear about them all the time.
How did you become gay then?
Tumblr.
Tumblr will get you.
There it is.
Yeah, oh man, took me down a rabbit hole, man.
I used to have it.
Tumblr, that's a great one that changed. No one uses Tumblr like they did back in the day.
I still host like a lot of my websites on Tumblr just because it's free, and the website builder is really pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Culture does that too, actually, putting out the Culture New World, and we're kind of setting up some sites like that to have some fun in the background. And I had no idea Tumblr was like basically like a web host if you use it in that way.
We use it for
like a picture blog.
We do.
That's what I use it for.
I did not know that.
I use it as an archive too, almost.
Yeah. But the thing is, I wonder how long it's going to last for.
That's going back to it, man. Fuck it.
Like, I don't know how the hell they're making any money, Yeah.
They're making less money. I used to follow, I discovered Home through there, Home Resonance. He had some funny posts on Tumblr as Slime Tony.
Yeah. What is his name? Randy, right? Oh, yeah.
It is.
How you doing?
There's a few people I have met in real life from playing some local shows, and they're like part of like an online music scene, and I've met them like 3 times at because the same group of people will throw shows, and they're from out of state, so they'll come visit, and they'll be like, oh, Randy, I know Randy, like Home, right? Like, you know him too, he's named Randy. And I've had that conversation like 4 times. It's just like,
here's the 5th.
Here's the 5th.
I don't know many Randys.
I've had the same conversation with the same guy. That's why it's. I don't mind with people who are like, oh, cool, but it was the same guy 3 times at least. Just like, oh, your name's Randy, right? Yeah. Do you know this? I go, yeah. We talked about this already.
And then you kiss.
Come on.
I was just talking about, this is kind of a tangent, but I was talking about this because a hero just played a show at it's called Dads in Chicago. Digital art demo space. I think that's it. But I played there too, and I played it about a month after Electronicon in October, and I met a guy there. He had a 100% Electronica shirt on, and I said like, "Oh, I was just in New York and I played his show." And he goes like, "Yeah." And then we talked for a little bit, and he said something about like, "Oh, I don't have a Twitter," and I went, "Oh, that's cool." Blah 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 blah. And then he said, "Oh, actually, we met in New York. I was there." And then I went, and I realized I had talked to this guy before, and in New York, he said the same thing about not having a Twitter. And I basically had the exact same conversation twice with this guy. I was like,
when that happens to me, I know I've been smoking a little bit too much weed.
Well, speaking of having the same conversation twice, you probably probably remember this because it happened to us at the tape meetup, introducing myself to each other, me turning around and then turning around again and going, "Hi, my name's Randy." And you went, "Yeah, we just met like 15 seconds ago." I turned around to talk to John, like hand him stuff, and then turned around again, and Indy was still there, and I was just kind of like, "Oh, I'm 3D Blast," and you're like, "Yeah, I know, yeah," and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like,
dude, I've been a fan for quite some time. That's so funny, man.
Introducing myself twice within 30 seconds I'm just like, fucking idiot.
We had a lot of people there, all the private suite lined up selling.
That was awesome. That was so cool.
That was
it was the best.
So goes by.
It was the best weekend. Best weekend of my life, and you guys were
talking about the shit again.
God, shut the fuck up.
I haven't had a good weekend like that since then.
Yeah.
I saw Porter Vong there, but I didn't want to say anything.
I ignored. No, I'm just kidding. I think I met Porter. I met you there. I definitely did.
Saw Porter with the wig, and I was like, "Damn, that's what he looks like he's really. It's so bizarre just seeing people you've seen on the screen. Now you can hug them, you can kiss them if you want, you can shake hands, you can talk
You
with them.
shit.
That's weird.
Drarge.
You can shit in the middle of the floor and everyone would leave.
You could. You have the
Man.
power.
And then the
Yeah,
world exploded.
It was great. Yeah. Hopefully we can do that again.
In some way or some form. Doesn't have to be an electronicon per se.
And I don't think it's gonna be either. My theory is that they won't even do one again. They'll just do like an in-house thing because they have so many new artists now. They don't need us anymore.
Yeah, I think he'll do one like way after pandemics like all sorted out because
2040.
it'll be an opportunity for him to make a shit ton of money.
That's
Right.
true.
I really gotta ask, how much money did he like actually make on that? Because I for as expensive as I think the most money he probably made was probably on merch, if anything, because it's got to be pretty expensive, doing all that. Even though some of us got paid peanuts,
Yeah,
Some of us got paid
sure, that's part of
peanuts.
it too. I'm trying to plan an IRL event with my pet Flamingo for Flamingo Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and we're thinking probably New York again, maybe Florida, but like looking at venues, seeing like, okay, what are we going to charge for tickets? How much profit are we going to get? How much is lodging? Are we flying people out? Like, so many variables, right? And
It's hard.
during a pandemic, you don't want people booking flights across the world in non-refundable hotels and shit. If the shit goes down and you can't host an event, like what happened in St. Louis, or what could probably happen again, and probably is going to happen.
Yeah.
As these fucking variants go crazy and
I
all
will
this
say,
shit.
I think a lot of artists still are definitely just okay not coming back in the hole. I think as long as they come back, like that was a great weekend and I didn't lose money. People are, especially if they bring merch, then they're definitely coming out.
It's like even if like I have to spend like $50 my own money,
it'd be worth it. As long as people aren't spending
like,
$400 and being like, well,
exactly. I mean, that's the thing. I don't mind spending a little bit of money because I've put so much money into the vaporwave scene over the years. I don't mind spending a couple bucks to have an experience like Electronicon again.
And that's the thing. So many people are paying hundreds of dollars to come see you. Like, I'm not an artist, right? That's why I'm just speaking.
I'd pay $100 to stay as far away from John as possible.
Oh, I met John for the first time there.
Dude.
We're really doing this?
We're going to talk about this again.
Sorry, we had our podcast for Econ 1. It came out just before Econ 1. Econ 2, at the merch table, I missed like 3 artists. I missed Mitro and a bit of Internet Club because you and I just wouldn't stop talking. Like,
Internet Club was the one person that I ended up actually seeing at Econ 2 because I was basically at the merch table the whole time. I didn't even get a chance to hang out in the green room that time. New York was so much better than LA for me at least.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
God, we're stupid.
God, I'm sorry. We bored him enough that he had to leave. Okay.
Did you get one of these?
Oh yeah, I've got one of those. It's in my CD collection.
There's a good angle.
Yeah.
So this is the still the newest piece of merch from Internet Club, Sound Canvas.
Yeah. What was there other? Did they ever put any other merch out at any point? I mean,
not after that. I don't think the albums, but not.
Well, I mean, maybe before that, like, was there any merch for like the earlier stuff, like at all? I mean,
only on CDR, I think, not on tape.
If there was another huge vaporwave festival, I definitely want to see Luxury Elite. I think it's
definitely.
People wanted her for 1. People wanted her for 2. We'll get her.
We'll get her.
We'll get her. Go over to Las Vegas.
Listen, I hope I've been invited. What? What?
3?
You're crazy, Lux.
George begged?
Begged? Oh my god.
What?
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh.
Maybe.
No.
Hey. Maybe.
Whoa.
Maybe
whoa. That's crazy.
Wait. Luxury is saying, I've been invited 3 times. George begged, even out of my IRL name on Twitter.
Come on, George.
I was like, dude, WTF?
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's a podcast.
Yeah. Anyway,
come on.
Provoked Spoon. Sorry to hear that, Lux. Holy shit.
The legend of Lux is so like I still try to preserve it. That like sometimes because we've been in contact before via like other. I don't even say other sites, but people are like, oh, what's the thing on there? And I go like, I'm not telling you. Like I'm not gonna tell you, so you can go follow, you know, it's private. It's like it's still Lux to you. But that's something we have to preserve. Anonymity,
Yes.
if you want it.
Anonymity.
And there's
Yeah,
just,
well,
we're on a show with 4 of our faces. And well,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
3 of our faces.
I tried the anonymity thing for a while,
Anonymity.
but yeah, I got to the point where like it's just not as fun. Just you know,
I agree.
I don't think you could too, because I knew I was a fan of Byproduct like way back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man, you guys are old.
and there's other projects we can talk about. But I don't know if you want to associate your name, but it's like all public, and was and has been.
Yeah,
So
I know where you
would have
live.
had trouble. I think.
Are you talking about like the earlier aliases? Or are you talking like other people who I associated with?
Other aliases. I don't know who you're associated with.
I mean, most people already kind of know, like the ones I was. I mean, I didn't have that many. I think I had like 5 or 6. You know.
Yeah, I just don't know if this is a platform you want to showcase.
Yeah, you know, if people want to know, they could just Google it. I mean, it's on Discogs, it's on Rate Your Music. You know, people know what.
Now there's a mystique. People will go search.
Yeah, I mean, like it's funny. People are like they. There's one comment I got on the Father 2006 video. It's just like you're not you know the real Christ, the real
that's
dude.
the best. You're not the real
And I'm just
Christ.
like, what?
Twitter user Christ. That's the Christ I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just coming out and making broad, swooping claims like that. No,
You're not.
No.
not him.
I think
Can't
it's pretty nuts. Like
People still go ahead.
I would say I posted a promo for an album. I had a new album come out in I think it was when I dropped Die Hero, probably. I posted on Facebook because that's honestly all I post on Facebook is when I have like a new album. Like just, I don't know, I share it on my page and I'll say like, oh, a new album. And someone I used to know, like back from like school, was like, wait, you're 3D Blast? Like I listened to you. I didn't know that you were that. Like, that was just like, damn, that's crazy. Because I used to hang out with them like almost every day. It was because of school, but yeah.
That's
nuts.
crazy, man.
And then
You know, the funny thing about school, like being a musician in school or doing any sort of art thing in school is it's always after you're done with school and out of school that anybody gives a shit about it.
Literally, okay. I mean, I don't know if I told the story on the show yet, but I played World of Warcraft with friends I knew in real life, and they had started their own thing, and they had friends, so I met their friends, and there's a guy in there, and he was a nice guy, and I said something about like, oh, I'm streaming or something, and he came to watch, and then I come back and he goes, hey, do you know that John guy that you stream with? And I was like, well, yeah. And he goes, I went to school with him. Tell him so-and-so says hi. And I was like, what the fuck? And so like literally
Small world.
And then John knows him and loves him.
Nice.
I just thought that was such a bizarre little, like a little connection there. So weird.
That's the thing about the internet, going back to what we're talking to, like how you connect with people and how you keep those relationships intact. Like it's a great tool for it, and it's magical when it happens like that sometimes, but it's also so like tragic at the same time, right?
Yeah.
In most other situations.
Nowadays, most people are likely to discover John Christ through TikTok, and that is scary.
It's stupid. I hate it.
I heard on another episode you said how many followers you have. It's a lot, right?
Yes.
It is the one app site, whatever, that I have the most followers on currently. It used to be Tumblr for a long time, and then it was Twitter, and then now it's TikTok.
Do you think that has to do with your, like, I remember you did the AI video of the floral shop statue face with your face? Like those...
Well, that wasn't on TikTok though.
No, it wasn't.
The TikTok is all just me. I mean,
it's because John is secretly funny.
Sometimes I think
and he's modest about it.
TikTok, and that blew up.
The TikTok about him getting dressed and like
Did that blow up too? I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, that was the first one to go over 1 million, and then I had one where me dropping a computer monitor, and
yeah,
that hit like 2K.
that one. I can't believe I keep seeing you update that, and I was like, do people really keep talking about that video?
And people still, I keep getting updates about like not updates, like likes and follows from it. I mean,
And only on TikTok.
Oh, I wanted to call you out actually because you did that video. You were like, "Oh, I bought 9 monitors for $130, and only one of them was even slightly working and then I got it repaired, and now it's back." So you were like, "Getting a $700 monitor for $13 is pretty good." And I said, "No, you paid $130 for them."
$130 for 9 monitors,
and 8 of them didn't work. So you did not pay 13 for one monitor. You paid $130 for one monitor
and parts.
You paid $130 for one monitor.
Well, it's like an $800 monitor.
Listen, it's still a great deal, but I just wanted to confront you. Listen,
you are fucking smart.
You're
okay?
so fucking.
You're so fucking sexy.
Deal,
fuck you.
But you were wrong. You did the division wrong.
Did you guys play Hypnospace Outlaw?
Oh,
No.
I want to. It looks so good. It's so good. It looks so good.
Yeah, great game for anyone a fan of this episode theme, archiving the internet.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, that's basically what that whole thing is about.
Special like ecosystem, and the game really does a great way of like romanticizing some of the experiences back then.
Mm-hmm. It looks like GeoCities.
Instant messaging, yeah, or like AOL Online, and connecting some of the smaller art forums or music forums, or just how you use your computer back in the day. Like now, I'll never put desktop icons, of like my computer and my all the little things, and make shortcut folders and put graphics on them and stuff. And now I just have my apps and my like deep folders and stuff. It's that's what I'm getting at. Like the things that are lost that we don't really talk about when things transition, like the move from analog to digital TV, for example. That was a big shift. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's funny that you see the more stuff comes back, you see a lot more like games like putting filters back in to make it look. I'm literally what are we doing right now? Our whole aesthetic is purposely bad. I mean, it's purposely aged rather to look FMV or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So tasteful.
I don't think people personalize. It looks really good. I don't think people personalize their desktop as much as they used to anymore. Like
just
nowadays,
a background image,
Yeah, just the background image. Maybe organize my desktop. That's all I really do. Maybe change the color of my UI.
Speaking of archives, I've had the same background folder since 2012 when I got my laptop, and I've just kept bringing it over and over from PC to PC. I went through my backgrounds. I think I was in a call with Disco. You were there, and Frank was there. And all I was just roasted because all my backgrounds are also dated because it's all like Pokemon, Overwatch. It's all like gamer shit. And I was like, I really haven't updated these. I mean, they're cool art. Like it's not like it's like art versions of everything, but I'm like, oh, it's all just like gamer stuff.
I use one desktop picture for everything, and it's right there. Got the Bliss wallpaper. Even on the little Amazon Home thing,
Yeah, nice.
That's my go-to.
Probably the most iconic desktop wallpaper. What is
it's a perfect desktop background. It's perfect.
It's literally a window.
I really like the one. There's someone on our team actually at Utopia District. I'll give him a shout out right now. Her name's Java Plaza.
Hi, Java Plaza.
She actually designed the Arizona T waterfall desktop that you all know and love.
I do.
You all know and love. Come on,
Arizona T.
Arizona.
I'll say yes to make them happy.
Hi, my name is Arizona T Waterfall. I'll be your detective this evening.
Hold on.
You definitely know it.
Yeah, maybe if I see it, I'll definitely recognize it. Oh wow, I don't, but this looks awesome.
Wait, what am I looking up?
Oh, okay.
I'll link it in the chat.
Arizona waterfall vaporwave.
I don't recognize it, but it's definitely very aesthetic.
It looks
Damn.
like it looks like a it looks like a runoff from like.
I
a
hope this
pipe.
moment was humbling for you. Because nobody.
It's popular. Like people, like I think Vapor 95 sells it as like a.
They
like
sell
red
everything.
thread and whatever.
I think Vapor 95 sells it for $60 too much. I'm just fucking.
Okay, you know what? I'll say this. Vapor 95 is the only URL show that has paid me. Although they paid me in store credit, so I had to get stuff from their store.
What the fuck? That's not being paid, you fucking idiot.
Hey.
That's so perfect.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a sick hat that I love. But the problem was every other shirt I bought was like, I bought a 2XL because I usually wear 2XL. And they were like size large, like size. And it's just like, oh. And it pissed me off because I got one of those like really stupid, like the fucking anime one with all like the black and white anime one that they used to have on there. Oh man. I'm kind of glad it didn't fit because I just gave it to a friend of mine. Because
Chat is going nuts over your store credit right now. I don't know if you know.
They almost
come play a show. We'll give you some merch of some random ass shit. Like you're probably not gonna like it.
The thing is, like, I think it's like okay. Someone asked me about a Victroid shirt. One, I did not get a Victroid shirt because I knew they weren't going to fit. As well as I already have an original Macintosh Plus sweater from like Toasty Co. from like 2014.
Oh,
nice. Like I'm already there, as well as like I was thinking about getting like the Macintosh Plus blanket.
Whoa!
How cold are you?
It's just like I don't get cold. Yeah, that's the other. That's one thing.
Doesn't
Also,
get cold. Interesting.
Where am I going to put it? I mean, I'm not somebody who like I intentionally decorate my apartment. Yeah, I don't sleep.
Could you imagine sleeping?
Well, what do you think I'm drinking this for?
There's also some controversy over some of the designs and like who they're paying for the designs and all that. So especially for some of those Vectroid ones. So maybe for the best anyway. But yeah, fucking why do we bring up Vapor 95? There's a good thing before.
The Arizona background.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Java Plaza. She made that in like 2012, and people still use it. So it's pretty iconic.
Oh wow, that's okay. That's a lot.
2012.
Yeah,
2012.
And no one really knows who she is or that she made it. So check her out on Twitter, Java Plaza.
Java Plaza.
Java Plaza.
Hey,
Thank you,
guys.
Java Plaza.
Tell her, him. I forget which one. Or either. Tell them that we sent you, and tell them we all knew about the image.
Yes.
And not to watch the VOD, you know.
And don't watch the VOD. Actually, chat, if you could do me a favor and never tell anyone about this show.
Yes. Vapor 95 is having a back to school sale, guys.
Oh my god, Vapor doesn't sleep.
We're gonna get our Vaporwave pens and pencils and notebooks.
Is it weird if I go to a high school now and bully kids wearing stuff like that?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what? I don't think it would be weird because they deserve it.
I need a pencil. I need erasers.
If you're in high school right now and you're in a Vaporwave, run! Don't. It's a fucking
you don't
slippery
need high school. You're already smart.
Yeah. You're probably quite disconnected.
No. I mean the Vaporwave thing. You know, don't.
You're already smart.
28-4 t-shirt arrow. My previous job. I met somebody. Sorry, I read that chat. Let me read this for the podcast. Some dude was wearing a 28-14 shirt IRL. My previous job. He bought it legit for aesthetic. Verbatim. I met somebody who had like a 28-4. I weirdly had a BLCR shirt on somewhere, and someone was like, "Yo, I like them," and I was like, "Oh yeah." And then they were like, "Yeah, I listened to this, and this," and they said something about HKE, and I was like, "Oh, I know them." And they're like, "Really?" And I was like, "I kind of regret bringing this up."
Oh,
this is the one ad I got on with that $100 credit.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
I'd rather be online.
Wow.
It sits on the wall there.
It fits right on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Your hair.
I feel like Ash Ketchum right now.
Wait,
Nice.
cap. Do your
That's
cap
the kind of
backwards.
shirt you like wear, like your mom buys you at like the Hot Topic because she knows you're into something, you know.
Christmas one year, I got a fucking Jack Skellington hat. That was
Yeah. There you go.
thanks. I never wore it because it was even like in 2010, it was cringe. And I knew it was like if I wore this to school, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Dude, wear that and a Gurr hoodie and like a shirt that says "I love you." In
Yo,
dinosaur
can we
or
bring
some
that
shit like
aesthetic back? I don't even know what it is, but specifically like Hot Topic,
Yeah. Get Kari on that. You know,
mall goth.
Remember
I think
when mustaches were cool?
I think this is hexadecimal.
our mustache is no longer cool.
Oh yeah.
Shave right now. You
No,
are not cool.
I don't want to shave.
I used to wear mascara and a trench coat, red mascara.
Red mascara.
Red.
Yeah.
That is.
I used to wear
That
full
is
clown
cold.
makeup, and I shot these 3 rich guys in a train, and I started a riot in my city. And I imagined my girlfriend in the plot of
And
Joker.
That's how 3D Blast was born.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm. No, that's how he gave birth.
yeah.
Literally.
I had an emo phase. I wore black for a week, and I had a hat.
Wow.
Okay. I had a meme phase where the first day of middle school, I wore a shirt that said "Forever Alone."
Wow.
Nice.
I'm
Yo,
the
You're
youngest here,
so
so I'm-
vaporwave, bro. That's like you were built for it.
I think I still
Awesome
have it.
face
I
shirt.
had a what's it called? Here Comes That Boy shirt. I got a
Yo.
Hot Topic that was closing down.
had a
I got it for like
phase
50 cents.
Where I wore full power armor like the guy from Doom. Head to school every day,
Really?
and I
No. Okay.
really.
I understand the sincerity of that. Really?
And I used to go to school every day and go, Cortana, what's the assignment today? And he'd go, Chief, you're late for PE. I'd go, that's what would happen. And then
Really?
and then my teacher would be like, you're late. And then I'd go, my health would go, bing, 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 bing.
Nice. Perfect.
Oh, man.
I used to do this was before like Jackass and CKY and everything. I used to do extreme walking. So I would go to school with like full like wrist guards, elbow pads, like everything.
I knew
all
a guy
the
who dressed like that. He was funny.
wrist things and like goggles, like the whole thing, and just like do tricks on the lockers, like fucking the stairs and shit like that. And I was that obnoxious kid running
That
around.
sounds
just wearing,
awesome.
Oh,
I
here
think
comes that
he
fucking
will-
extreme walking motherfucker again.
Extreme
don't look.
walking.
You know, I don't want this to out. Yeah, what graduate year were you in high school?
05.
Wow,
Okay,
really?
yeah, a whole different
I
time.
didn't
Yeah,
realize you were that much older than me.
Yeah, I just turned 34.
Wow.
Dude, I'm graduate year
And you're still
2012.
doing
You
the
still
vaporwave thing?
look
Ooh.
that good? What's
I'm
your
graduate year
secret?
2016.
I am still in
Yeah,
high
it's a
school.
whole decade.
Skateboard.
My girlfriend goes to
Jeez.
another high school.
Oh my fucking god!
Fuck off.
Really?
She's in a different power suit. she's a covenant instead of a master chief or whatever. Spartan, that's what they're called.
No, she's part of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, I walk up in a full Spartan outfit, and then she's in a fucking Brotherhood of Steel outfit.
And here's the funny part: she's a he.
Oh, she's the
Gay.
commander. Oh, I'm gay now.
That's awesome. Happy for you.
We're just power suit. We just like met each other
Power
at
gays.
PowerCon.
PowerCon.
I don't know.
Is that a real thing? Hey, Google, is PowerCon a thing?
Yeah. It's PowerCon. It's probably a Power Ranger thing. That's hilarious.
It's probably a genre, power core.
This was
Oh
an
my god.
absolutely awesome episode, and Indy definitely brought it. This is an
Yeah, I was worried there for a hot minute.
You were?
Yeah,
Why?
Oh, because the surprise topic, you weren't sure?
yeah, I wasn't sure what was going to
I had faith.
Well, I was worried that wasn't going to fill the hour and a half.
You can get this on record, but when Private Suite went under, I swear I've said it like to people. I was like, I hope whatever Indy does sticks, or like I hope he keeps doing stuff because.
Oh, no way, man! Thank you.
I loved the pod. I was
awesome.
like, I hope the pod continues in some way. I hope Indy sticks around. I hope this doesn't in the end.
It was a fucking heartbreak, I'll tell you that.
But
still getting over it. But thank you, man. That means a lot.
For sure.
Big time. Especially coming from you. Like, your podcast inspired me. I think I told you that. So
that old thing.
But if you care enough, right? Like, I grew up with this fucking internet, caring about internet archaeology, like, years ago. That's why I've been backing shit up. I still have my music from my first hard drive ever in 2001.
Wow.
I still have my MP3s from Napster in 2001. So, or like whenever it came out, probably like 99 maybe.
Wow, you're old. Oh.
So I've always cared about this shit, and so vaporwave it always made sense. And now, you know, as like a historian of it, almost, I feel like my life is vaporwave at this point, right? Like, I can't not do it. So, you know, I had Pony on the podcast doing that with me, and that was a great way to share the load. And now he's not. He kind of stopped doing things when Private Suite closed down, and so I just trying to pick up where I left off. It's not the same, but I'm hoping to get back there and have it be bigger than it was before.
Yeah, for sure. Love it, man.
Fuck
Love
yes.
the work you do with Utopia District.
Fuck yeah. Well, we should probably wrap up, but that doesn't mean we're done. We could definitely continue chilling and maybe take some calls in the after show, but we should definitely plug. So let's start with, I guess we'll start with John, if you got anything popping off.
Yep, this is casual. This week we had Channel Select Light Moves. And last week we had Fresh Air by Junior Graphics. Tapes are still available for a couple of recent releases. Check that out. Also, AOL Vinyl. Still available.
Yeah, get that AOL Vinyl.
The gay rat now, you know?
Yes.
Disco.
Alone Online Vinyl. So yeah, definitely get that. And also get the fucking 2 new releases from Business Casual that John just said. That drum and bass album you just put out, dude, holy shit, is that a good album? Like, and the way you inserted it into the vapor with like that slight vapor aesthetic on the tape and the J card, amazing.
Well, I mean, you know, all I say is, because I don't know if they want to, you know, out themselves as, you know, another artist, but they're like, it's a duo who one of them has released on Business Casual before. So, you know, if you can listen to it, you might be able to pick up who it is.
Sick. Oh, yeah.
It's justice.
It's
disclosure.
well, I'm waiting for my tape, so I'll listen when I get it. And then the Channel Select from today. Fuck, that guy is like, he's the best vaporwave artist right now. Like, top 5 for sure for me.
I mean, he's definitely got the tape up sound going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too many people that are continuing to do that. I would say Epson is doing that with his like VHS pop kind of sound. And so I guess we're plugging other artists right now, aren't we? Mist, I think, is kicking ass too. And new exciting album from Mist coming in the future, I think. So I'm pretty stoked for that too.
Hey, Mist, the PC game recently dropped.
Yeah, let's just plug random stuff.
Shout out to Christina Applegate.
Yeah, shout out to I don't even know, the
Chris Christie, you know, right for president, you know.
Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to Governor Cuomo.
Okay.
Business Casual 87.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, you really, yeah.
Fucking
okay, Disco. What do you got to plug? Let's go.
DJ set tomorrow.
Yo!
Audience submission, then jam into audience submitted jams, funky jams with your host with the most, Scooter, 97.9 FM on WDSK tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Follow Disco. Indy. Anything? And any Utopia District or Indy related projects?
Yeah, check out utopiadistrict.com. Anyone who's listening who hasn't, it's pretty cool. You can find our Discord from there. We've got a fucking awesome public vaporwave community where like everyone's coming around to talk like true vaporwave and share those peace, love, unity, and respect vibes. And there's a lot of crazy shit happening, like big events, and yeah, it's awesome. It's gonna be the place to be for vaporwave in the future, I think. Hopefully, but still be tasteful and not like lowest common denominator. Like Anyway, I digress. Also, check out Tigerblood Tapes, tigerbloodtapes.com. We've got some massive releases coming up. Posthumous. I think I said that right.
Posthumous.
Posthumous album? Really? No. You fucking from Lynn's-Haven Virtual Plaza.
Rest in peace.
He passed away, and it's his magnum opus, basically. An unreleased album he was working on before he passed with Sky Too High, popular German vaporwave artist, and they were making the album together for the past six months to a year. And so we're releasing that on vinyl on Monday, tigerbloodtapes.com, with Underwater Computing and No Problema Tapes. They're doing the tape and the mini disc. So that's I'm super, super stoked about that. It's going to be a very important album, I hope, for any fan of Lynn's-Haven Virtual Plaza or that whole like early kind of telepath inspired vapor vibe. And then Culture or Nouveau Life's New World, which is one of the earliest Stream Catalog tapes, one of some people's like most highly regarded vaporwave album to date. We're putting that out on vinyl and tape on the anniversary, which is September 8th. So tigerbloodtapes.com, or check us out on Twitter too, because you don't want to miss that. That's a limited run of 1,000 copies, and it's probably going to sell fast, I think. Maybe not, but it may. So get ready.
Hell yeah.
Well, Tigerblood, we don't like always want our releases to sell out right away. Like that's why we keep putting out Dragon Ball Wave, because people keep buying it, right? Like if people want it, we'll keep pressing it and not have people have to go to Discogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, as for me, let's see. Working on music again, we're streaming again. Check it out. I'm the opposite of Utopia District. Peace, love, and unity. It's not me. Find 3 people you like and cut everybody else out.
Things all the time.
I forget about things all the time. Find 3 friends you like and don't talk to anybody else. Streaming 3D Blast on Twitch, 3D_Blast rather. Fucking almost Halloween. I don't know why I plugged Halloween, but
yo, shout out to Halloween, dude.
Shout out to Spirit costumes and some Halloween supplies.
95% honored. Yeah, like I'm saying, I made music on stream for the first time in a while. Definitely gonna do more of that. I'm back. I feel like I'm back. I feel like a few episodes ago it was all about how it sucks I'm not in it anymore, and I blah blah blah. I tweeted about vaporwave for the first time in a long time, and I got a lot of likes. So I'm back, baby. That means I'm back, baby.
You tweeted you're bringing back vaporwave.
I have a lot. I have a few collabs in the work. A lot of cool projects that are actually dope.
Oh, you do.
I have a really cool collab with someone, the teenage something. Who knows?
Of course you're collabing with a teen.
Oh my god.
No. You're gonna love it.
It's gonna be cool.
Exciting stuff. And where do we find that?
Nick Hexum's cameo.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
You have to find it yourself. It's a scavenger hunt.
Well, nothing's out yet. You'll definitely check it out. It'll be on Spotify and stuff, I'm sure. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Spotify.
Other than that, check us out on YouTube if you guys have missed any of the episodes. I feel like we don't plug it enough. This place is also available in audio too on all shites. Putting that net for everything. I think that's it for us. We gotta wave for the thumbnail. Everybody wave.
Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.